Well, welcome back to the program, Dr. Charmaine Yoest, the president of Americans United for Life. Charmaine, the recent Planned Parenthood videos have reignited the debate on abortion. I know a lot of people feel strongly about seeing this. As a pro-life leader, what's your response, I guess strategic response, if you will?
Well, I think this is so important, and thank you, Wyatt, so much for taking a look at this issue, because it has really created this remarkable moment in our country today where you just can't look away. It has gripped people who have wanted to kind of leave abortion over as in this corner of rationalization, and it's brought it home into people's living rooms, and they've said, this is so much more than what I expected. And with Planned Parenthood, they're just doing their typical game of denying and dodging and trying to focus the attention elsewhere, just blaming other people, when in actual fact the evidence against them is really quite significant and very damning.
And like I say, when you have multiple videos like that, like you said,
That's
the
right.
evidence
And
just
more to
starts to mount. Yeah. Last week, the Centers for Disease Control reported that 1 in 5 sexually active teen girls have used the morning after pill. Why do you think this is so common and pervasive in our culture?
Well, you know, the tragic thing of it is we predicted this would happen. It's not a surprise at all. In 2006, this administration moved to make the morning after pill an over-the-counter drug for anyone over the age of 18, and subsequently they've completely eliminated the age restriction entirely. Now, the data we're seeing would not encompass the elimination of the entire age restriction, but it's not a surprise at all that when you make it over the counter that more people are going to use it, and even younger people. At the time we were predicting and saying that older young men would get hold of the drug and give it to younger girls, and I, would assume that this is part of the dynamic that we're seeing, is that it is now out there in the culture and it's so easily accessible. The problem that we're finding is that, this isn't a drug that has been tested in this way in terms of this kind of extensive use without a doctor's supervision. There are reasons not to use it. There are very good medical contraindications for it. So I think it's very troubling and a great concern.
Really quickly, the abortion rate is declining. What are some of the factors that are driving that trend?
Well, this is one of the most positive things that we're seeing right now, is this overall trend of abortion declining. And frankly, I think a large part of the reason is because we are part of the post-sonogram generation. The earliest baby picture that most kids these days growing up ever knew of was their sonogram picture that hung on the refrigerator. And so the humanity of the unborn continues to be something that is increasingly difficult to turn away from and to look away from. And so actually if we put together these two things that we've talked about, the Planned Parenthood videos and the decline in abortion through the use of sonogram technology and also prenatal surgery, all of these things coming together are causing kind of a reevaluation of abortion in our culture today.
Sometimes it's the more you know, and like I said, once you actually are able to visually see it,
That's right.
It really helps.
Exactly.
Dr. Charmaine Yoest, Americans United for Life, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.